First Corinthians
Corinthians
chapter 9,
chapter 9,
23 to
23 to
chapter 10,
chapter 10,
5.
5.
I do it all
I do it all
for the sake of the gospel,
for the sake of the gospel,
that I may share
that I may share
with them
with them
in its blessings.
in its blessing.
Do you not know that
Do you not know that
in a race
in a race
all the runners run,
all the runners run,
but only one receives the prize?
only one receives the prize?
So run
So run
that you may obtain it.
that you may obtain.
Every athlete
Every athlete
exercises
exercises
self-control in all things.
self-control in all things.
They do it
They do it
to receive a
to receive a
perishable wreath,
perishable tree,
but we an
but we are
imperishable.
imperishable.
So I do not run
So I do not run
aimlessly.
aimlessly.
I do not box
I do not box
as one beating the air,
as one beating the air,
but I discipline
but I discipline
my body
my body
and keep it under control,
and keep it under control,
lest after preaching
lest after preaching
to others,
others,
I myself
I myself
should be disqualified.
should be disqualified.
First Corinthians
1 Corinthians
chapter 10.
chapter 10.
For I want you to know,
For I want you to know,
brothers,
brothers,
that our fathers were
that our fathers were
all under the cloud,
all under the cloud,
and all passed through the sea,
and all passed through the sea,
and all were baptized
and all were baptized
into Moses
into Moses
in the cloud
in the cloud
and in the sea,
and in the sea,
and all ate
and all ate
the same spiritual food,
the same spiritual food,
and all drank
and all drank
the same spiritual drink.
the same spiritual drink.
For they drank from the
For they drank from the
spiritual rock
spiritual rock
that followed them,
that followed them,
and the rock was Christ.
and the rock was Christ.
Nevertheless,
Nevertheless,
with most of them,
with most of them,
God was not pleased,
God was not pleased,
for they were
for they were
overthrown
overthrown
in the wilderness.
in the wilderness.
1 Corinthians
1 Corinthians
chapter 10,
chapter 10,
6 to
6 to
chapter 10,
chapter 10,
15.
15.
Now these things
Now these things
took place
took place
as examples
as examples
for us,
for us,
that we might not desire
that we might not desire
evil
evil
as they did.
as the rich.
Do not be
Do not be
idolaters,
idolaters,
as some of them were.
as some of them were.
As it is written,
As it is written,
the people sat down
the people sat down
to eat
to eat
and
and
drink,
drink,
and rose up to play.
and rose up to play.
We must not indulge
We must not indulge
in sexual immorality,
in sexual immorality,
as some of them did,
as some of them did,
and 23,000 fell
and 23,000 fell
in a single day.
in a single day.
We must not put Christ
We must not put Christ
to the test,
to the test,
as some of them did,
as some of them did,
and were destroyed by serpents,
and were destroyed by serpents,
nor grumble,
nor grumble,
as some of them did,
as some of them did,
and were destroyed by
and were destroyed by
the destroyer.
the destroyer.
Now these things happen to them
Now these things happen to them
as an example,
as an example,
but they were written down for our instruction,
for our instruction,
on whom
on whom
the end of the ages has come.
end of the ages have come.
Has come.
Has come.
Therefore,
Let anyone
who thinks that
who thinks that
he stands,
he stands
take heed
take heed
lest he fall.
lest he fall.
No temptation has overtaken
No
you
temptation has overtaken you
that is not common
that is not common
to man.
to man.
God is faithful,
God is faithful,
and he will not let you be
and he will not let you be
tempted beyond
beyond
your ability.
your ability.
But with the temptation,
But with the temptation,
he will also provide
he will also provide
the way of escape,
the way of escape,
that you may be able to endure it.
that you may be make it to endure it.
Therefore, my beloved, flee from idolatry,
Believe from
flee from idolatry.
free from idolatry.
I speak as
I speak as
to sensible people.
to sensible people.
Judge for yourselves
Judge for yourselves
what I say.
what I say.